Hey, what's up, guys? This is World Series G, and I'm back with a new MLB The Show 20 video for you today. Today, we are talking collections. How no money spent, you're going to get these collections done. I'm going to show you. I haven't personally finished it yet, but I've got the tips that can help you get your collections done as quickly as you possibly can. Why you need to do it, what you got to put into consideration when you try to do this, and then tips on actually how we're going to get this done. But before we get into that, be sure to follow me on Instagram. Everybody loves the show, where we're 100% MLB The Show talk. We're going to talk clips, funny clips. If you got a funny clip, you can DM it to me. If you got a crazy clip, you can DM to me. I'm going to show you what the Twitter's talking about MLB The Show wise from the developers. And also just MLB The Show fun. We're going to get some home runs, some no doubters, all that good stuff on the page. So be sure to check that out. And then you can also follow me on my Twitter, World Series G. And then also follow me on Twitch, World Series G, where I'm going to start streaming some more. So let's get into it. We're going to talk collections. Let's get into the screen here. Boom. I'm going to show you straight up what my collections look like right now. We've got 24 collections done. 3 divisions done. I've got Stargell. I've got Roberto Alomar. I've got Walter Johnson. No money spent. Only thing I spent was the digital deluxe at the beginning of the year. Other than that, no money was spent for this game. I did not go buy any stubs. Nothing like that. So, how do we get this done, and why it's important to get it done as early as possible? It's all because of your XP reward path and just the way the game's set up to give you stubs. You get stubs basically after you do anything in this game. So the reason why you want to get collections done is because essentially, once you're done with the collections, all of these show packs and stubs that this game gives you throughout the XP reward path can go into your stub count. You don't have to worry about, oh, I need these 5K stubs so I can go buy another diamond to finish a collection. Your collections are done. You can pocket it. If you watch any content creator who's got the collections done already, they have tons of stubs, and that's because the collections are done. They don't have to sink crazy amounts of stubs into players they don't want anymore. They can just keep them, and they can use them when they need to. If they get a guy and they don't like him, they can sell him. They don't have to worry about, oh man, I got Cody Bellinger, but I need to get the collections done, so I got to lock in this 100K stubs, even though this card sucks and he might sit on my bench. That's the importance of getting the collections done. And you want to get it sooner in the rewards path as possible, because once you get up to level 100 diamond, it's over. You don't get any more of these free packs of the stuff you can sell. So you want to get it done as quickly as possible. I did not know you get a live series diamond at level 85 diamond. That's crazy. But see, oh, it's no sell too. I was gonna say you could sell it, but you can't even sell it. So that sucks kind of. Well, you exchange it, I guess. Ugh, that's kind of sucks. I didn't even realize that. But that's besides the point. That's what you want to do. You want to pocket as much stubs as you want to get the collections done, so you can pocket as many stubs as you possibly can, so that you can really go get guys that you want to add to your team. So there's 2 things you need to keep in mind when trying to get these collections done. The first is patience, because it's going to be super hard to get collections done, no money spent at this point of the season. So you have to understand that and not kill yourself because I didn't get collections done. Just understand that it's going to take some work, and it's going to be a day-to-day grind. The same way we get on this game every day and we grind for World Series, we grind events, we grind BR. Same thing with collections. You got to grind collections. It's not going to happen overnight. So if you're not a patient person, I wouldn't say go for it. But at the end of the day, we all want Mickey Mantle, so you're going to have to get them. That's the only way to get them, is doing these collections. So I'd say grind it sooner rather than later, or at least do it with the understanding that you want to get Mickey Mantle. Maybe you don't want to grind super hard, but know that I'm eventually going to have to try to get this Mickey Mantle card, so I might as well grind to go get him. That's the first step, being patient. 2 is you might have to sacrifice your team. Well, I'm not going to say might. You probably should sacrifice your team. And what I mean in that case is sell cards that don't help you do the live series collections. And where that's really going to hurt you is the starting pitcher market. Because a lot of the best starting pitchers in this game right now are not live series cards. We're talking like Roy Oswalt, we're talking Vida Blue, talking Luzardo, Pearson, Kopech, those cards that everyone loves. Whitley, I had Whitley for a while. But the thing I'm talking about when I say this, because I'm just looking at Whitley's price right now, when I wanted Whitley to add to my team, I spent like $22,000. Look at him now, $15K, which is exactly my point when it comes to sacrificing your team now. These cards, for the most part, will get cheaper. So you don't have to kill yourself to add a card to your team. As long as there are packs on the market that allow people to pull these, their prices will consistently be depressed. Like they won't be as expensive because once people can get them in the market, their prices will drop because they're acquirable. Once they're unacquirable, that is when you have to be scared about paying too much for a card. But that's not even the point. The main point is you have to be able to sell these cards. If you have a Forrest Whitley, you need the $17K because maybe you have to get Steven Strasburg to finish your collection. To finish these collections, you need a ton of stubs. You need almost 2 million stubs. So you can't afford to be sitting on 60K stubs worth of sellable players when you need to lock in almost 2 million stubs of players. So you also have to keep that in mind when trying to build your team. I don't have any card on my roster that is sellable. I don't think you can sell this Brett Saberhagen card. No, you can't. Like, I'm looking right now to make sure there's no sellable cards because every stub counts. 1,500 stubs is something because you need to probably go buy a goals from another collection to finish a collection. Yeah, that sounded crazy. But yeah, you probably need stubs. It's all about just getting stubs. Every stub counts. So keep that in mind. You might not possibly have the best possible team at this moment, but understand the goal. The goal is to get the collections done as quickly as you possibly can. So that's step one, and step one was patience. Step two is sacrificing your roster. So let's get into tips on how we actually going to do this. The number one tip to getting stubs is flipping cards on the market. I'm not going to go through a lesson on flipping cards because that's a whole video in itself, but I will give you tips. Diamonds, at this point, is not worth flipping. Unless you're trying to do a long-term flip and say, okay, maybe I can get this Jimmy Rollins now at $27,000 because I know in like 3 days, probably his price will rise to like 30-something K. That is the only reason why you would flip a diamond. If you're trying to quick flip a diamond, it's a waste. The margins are not big right now. Let's just look at this Jimmy Rollins as an example. I can look at it right now and be like, this is not a huge margin. Let's just put 28,120. That is honestly one of the higher flips you can do right now. That's 800 stubs. Majority of these cards, these diamonds, you're getting 300, 400, 500 stubs. And because it takes so long to get diamonds, because everyone wants them, you're spending way too much time for 500 stubs. It might take you like a half an hour to get this card. You flip diamonds. You flip golds and silvers. These cards go so quick, man. I tell you, 4 o'clock in the morning, you can get a diamond. I mean, you could get a gold or silver sold to you. That's how that's how much the market is moving because everyone is home, unfortunately. Because everyone's home, everyone is on the game. So these cards are moving quick because one, people pull packs and get silvers and don't want them, so they're quick selling them. Same thing with golds. Like, everyone wants diamonds. So that is the best way to flip, is to essentially go after cards that everyone can get, because it is not the one flip that is going to get you the collections. It is the 20 flips, the 30 flips, the 100 flips. You flip 100 cards at 70 stub profit, that's 7,000 stubs. 7,000 subs just from flipping the market. And I'm telling you, it is quick. It is rapid. It's not you sitting staring at your game waiting for the cards to flip. You can go, essentially, what you should do is you should go through all of the cards you can afford. So that means if you have to go through every team and go get you 3 silvers from every team, and it's so easy. All you have to do is something like the 79 live series. You don't even have to do live series. And just go by team. Orioles. Alright, I'm going to go get all 3 silvers from the Orioles and buy 3 of each. Whoops. I'm going to do the same thing for the Yankees. The same thing for the Mets. So on and so forth. And you'll just acquire cards. And then once you acquire them, you flip them. That way you are, by going through every single team, you're doing the volume for yourself. Because if you go through every team, you're going to get all the silvers on every team. So you're talking 50, 60 players. That's volume right there. 3 at each, that's 180. You acquire 180 players, and let's just say you eventually flip all of them at 50,000. So we're talking 180 times 50 stubs. That's 9,000 stubs of flips. You do that every day. You do that twice a day. 18,000 stubs. It all adds up. On top of all the stubs you get just from playing the game, from leveling up, from playing BR, from doing all the other stuff, your stubs will add up. And you'll be able to slowly pick off the cards that you need. Oh, I need Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto to finish the Phillies collection. Oh, look, I have 20 to 30K stubs, however much they cost right now in the market. Off the top of my head, I think it's about 25,000. Let's just look. But that's how it is. You have to make the flips to just acquire the stubs. And it's a slow grind, but you can get it done. I'm telling you, because I've done it. I'm not telling you anything I have not done. 100%. Nothing I haven't done. That's exactly how I've done it. I just flipped cards. I can't find the Phillies guys right now. Don't worry about it. Oh, actually, let's just filter for them. I told you I'll find them. I'll go find them for you. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Let's look. Real Muto, 10,000 stubs. Bryce Harper, 30. See, that's 25K. If I didn't finish the Phillies collection right now, I could finish the Phillies collection right now. They're one of the cheaper ones, but it's easy. Go get your cheap collections done. Knock them out. Knock them out, because what happens is you knock them out, you get those stubs back, you use those stubs, you reinvest them to get something else. So, allow the game to pay you. Allow the game to pay you. It's as simple as that. Especially when it comes to these commons. This is another trick. This is a pro tip right here. A card like this, Irvin Cole, or Cole Irvin. You buy 3 Cole Irvins. Or just say you buy 2 Cole Irvins. But you need one to finish your collection. You buy 2 of him at, let's say, 9 stubs. 9 stubs each. 2 of them. 9. You have 1 to buy, one to keep, and 1 to sell. You spend 18 stubs. Now you sell him and for 44. However much you get for 44, it should be 40. You get 40 stubs back. So you get to keep that card, the one you got for the collection, plus you're making 40 stubs. How much did you spend to get those 2 Irvin Coles? 18 stubs. So you're making more stubs back than you put in, and you get to keep one of the cards. That's why commons are so huge when you want to finish collections. Somebody wanted to spend 25 on him because, I don't know, they think 25 is going to help them. But that's besides that point. So flipping. I definitely spoke way more about flipping than I wanted to, because it's a really big topic, but it's important. That's the main way you're going to make stubs in this game. It's flipping. The next way you're going to make stubs to finish the collections is you got to sell your equipment, man. Like, I know you probably want to build up your cap, but if you want to get the collections done, like I said, you've got to sacrifice your team a little bit. And it's a lot easier to sacrifice hitters because there's so many good hitters in this game than pitchers. So I know it's going to suck if you're not a good pitcher. But if you want to get the collections done, it's just a sacrifice you're going to have to make. And you can always go back and get pitchers on the market. There's only going to be more and more pitchers on the market. Like, look at this. This silver wristband or whatever that was. I'm going to sell it. because those stubs add up. I'm gonna go sell them for 70 stubs. I'll get 63 stubs. Doesn't sound crazy to you, but like I said, all of those transactions add up. So go through your equipment, go through the sponsorships. If you're not playing, if you're not playing franchise, you don't need sponsorship. So you get a sponsorship, you definitely should sell it. Unlockables, I know some of you guys like your unlockables, but honestly, if you were trying to get the collections done, you need to sell all the nameplates, all the icons. You only can use one at a time anyway, so there's no need to have 800 nameplates or stuff that you don't need. Especially they give you free ones when you level up. So just throw your DS one or your World Series one or whatever one you have up there rather than spending. I mean, I understand the allegiance you want to make, but if you want to get these collections done, you gotta kind of sacrifice, I would say. It all comes back to you later on. That's the main reason why we do it. They'll all come back to you later on. So don't sweat it if right now you don't want to do it. Like, look at me. I'm going through them right now. I'm going through all of these extra stuff I have and selling them because I know I need the stubs for the collection. So, I mean, let's just re-break it down. Why we're doing collections. We're doing collections because the XP reward path gives us stubs. We want to be able to keep those stubs for ourselves and not sink them into collections. So we want to do it as quickly as possible so we get to be selfish and keep those stubs essentially. What we need to get these collections done is patience. We have to be patient and take our time because it's not going to happen overnight. Also, we have to sacrifice our main roster a little bit because we need only live series cards and live series collection rewards on our team. How are we going to do this? We're going to flip. We're going to flip at volume. We're going to flip golds and silvers, a lot of them, even bronzes. We need a lot of them. We need a lot of flips. Not too big flips. We need a lot of small flips because that is what's going to move quickly. It's going to make us feel like we're making progress. Because sitting around staring at one diamond will discourage you. But if you constantly see cards being flipped on your notifications, like, oh, I bought this card, I sold this card, it's gonna, first of all, you're gonna try to keep up with it, and it's also just gonna give you that dopamine hit. It's gonna give you that good feeling like, okay, stuff is working, and you're gonna want to keep doing it over and over again. I know for myself, once I see stuff moving in the market, it's addicting. It's like, oh, okay, I got this card sold. I need to go sell some more. Once it keeps flowing, you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to keep doing it. And that's how the stubs add up. It's all from that. So you want to do golds and silvers, bronzes, easy cards that anybody in this game can get. You don't want the cards that people are like, oh, crap, it's so exciting, I just got Ronald Acuna. No, you want cards that's like, I got Adam Ottavino. Because that means they're going to quickly sell them. You can get them. Somebody else will buy them real quick. That's what you want. So we went over those two. Oh, and also exhausting your resources. You want to sell anything that's unnecessary, like these stadium sounds, anything that does not allow you to get the collections done. I keep saying it, but it's super important. Anything that can give you stubs that has zero to do with the collections you really want to sell. One last pro tip. This is a reward for anyone who stuck around to the end. I always do this. I don't know if a lot of people do this, but this is my tip to you, which is going to be super huge for you to get the collections done. Just for watching this whole video, we're almost at 20 minutes right now. I know this is a long video. When you should buy these cards. So you sat around for the last 4 days and you've got 100,000 stubs or 200,000 stubs, whatever amount of stubs you got from just grinding the game, and now you're like, I want to start doing some collections. There are specific times you want to go get cards. Because the market flows, it ebbs and flows. Anybody who's played the game knows sometimes you look at a card and it's going for a crazy price. You look later, the price drops. You're like, dang it, why wasn't I able to get it when the price dropped? There are people that, I know, and other people understand how the market moves, and there's a time when you should buy cards. these are the times you need to buy cards. Late at night. The reason why you want to buy late at night is because there's no one on the market. I mean, there's really nobody playing the game. So I would say probably after midnight, a lot of the people that play this game, where am I going? A lot of people that play this game are done playing for the night. So what happens is the people that are online, they're still making moves in the market, but because there aren't as many people on the market, the price is depressed. So essentially what I'm saying is, say like this Eric Gagne. Someone pulls this Eric Gagne and hits sell now for him. They're going to get him. They're going to sell him. And then someone else might do the same thing. But because there's not a lot of people playing, there aren't that many people in the market trying to be like, oh, his price dropped, let me go buy him now. Because there's less people online. So the prices drop and the competition lessens just because there's less people, less competition. It drives down the price. Well, it doesn't really drive down the price, but more just because there's less people here, prices drop and people aren't trying to swoop in because they're not playing. So one is late at night. But the big time to really go get cards on the market is when new cards come out. When new headliners drop, when, say, Signature Series packs drop, whenever those crazy packs drop, just know that the market prices on cards will drop. And that is when you want to swoop in and put in your buy order. The reason why? Everyone wants the new shiny thing. New card comes out, new packs come out. I want to see if I can pull this new card that comes out on the market. So Fridays are huge when it comes to that. New packs come out. Everybody wants to open those packs, see if they can pull a headliner. And what people do is because they're in such a rush to get those cards, they sell now. They don't even work the market. They just sell now. So what you're going to see is a guy like Luis Robert. Someone's going to sell him right now at $50K. Someone else is going to sell him at $50,000. Someone else is going to sell him at $49,000. The price will just drop a little bit. Nothing crazy. I'm not saying you go get Luis Robert for 7,000 stubs, but you might get him for 46. See that little? Well, I'm pointing at my screen that you can't see, but there's a spot between 49,000 and 46. So if those people are just out here selling them real quick, his price could drop all the way down to 46K. That's going to save you almost 4,000 stubs on a card. That is huge. I know we're not really looking at prospect cards, but we can it applies to all cards essentially. Mike Trout's price even drops. Nothing outrageous, but when new cards come out, his price drops too. It's just how it works. More cards in the market depresses the prices of all the cards. Because at the end of the day, we want to maximize our stubs. So you work so hard to get these stubs, you just want to be throwing them away for the wrong prices. You want to be able to get them at the proper prices. That's why it's huge to know when to spend your stubs. And don't just spend them when the prices are at their highest, but catch them when they're at their lowest. And that's my biggest pro tip to you to help you finish your collections. And my little present to you for actually sticking around, because this video is extremely long. But it's a lot of good information. Honestly, I could probably go on for an hour, but we can't sit around for an hour. I can't talk for an hour like this to the camera. But that's a whole different situation altogether. But I hope this really helped you guys out, honestly. You could leave me a comment. I'll try to answer everyone's questions as much as possible. If I need to do a second video to clarify it, I will, if it's necessary. Also, just all I ask is for you to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this. And follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. This is World Series G signing out. Peace.